The state of our Earth is of detriment in 2016. What many don't realize or tend to ignore is how important it is to conserve and preserve Mother Nature. One such organization has made significant strides in doing so, specifically in planting trees all over Armenia and Artsakh. On a cold winter day in 1992, Ms. Carol Mugar visited Armenia, and in that visit found that many of the people were burning their own furnishings to keep warm. She was then inspired and launched Armenia Tree Project in 1994. Today I have with me two esteemed guests, Sarah Hayes and Anahit Gharibyan. Ms. Gharibyan was brought on in 1994, and since the organization has made initiatives accomplishing the planting and rejuvenation of nearly 5 million trees, actually the 5th million being planted this year, which is very commendable, in over 1,000 sites all over Armenia and Artsakh. Hello, how are you? Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Oh, of course, it's my pleasure. So let's hear about this amazing organization, Anahit. If you can please give us a little bit of a background and, of course, the organization's mission and objectives.
The mission of Armenia Tree Project is to help Armenia to become sustainable, independent, and secure through reforestation, environmental education, and advocacy. Our goal is to create a healthy Armenia, to change the environment. You know that Armenia had a very difficult time, and we started at a very dark time at the beginning of 90s. Since then, we have done a lot of work. We began at a very difficult time. There was no heat, there was no light. People started to cut trees, and they cut about 3 million trees in Armenia. So by now, you mentioned that we have planted 5 million trees. So we started with a community tree planting program, which was planting for people at the communities. They were hospitals, schools, kindergartens, military bases, parks and gardens. At first we were buying trees at the nurseries and at private suppliers. Then we decided that we need to have our own nurseries. We need to grow perfect trees. And we established 2 nurseries at refugee villages in Karin and Khachpar. And now we have the 3rd nursery, which serves to our next program, which is called forestry. Now we are planting in the forests as well. And of course, nothing is possible without education. Our education program, environmental education program, started in 2005. And of course, we are doing advocacy as well. We participate in all gatherings and all initiatives which are focused on preserving environment in Armenia.
Yes, and it's created hundreds of jobs. It's brought the community together, and of course, advancement in the socio-economic development of the country. So those are very key points. And now if I can please introduce Ms. Hayes, who is with us here today. She joined ATP after serving as an environmental education U.S. Peace Corps volunteer in Armenia. She is the Environmental Education Program Manager in Watertown, Massachusetts. How are you, Ms. Hayes?
Hi, good, thank you.
Thank you for being with us today. Welcome to California.
Thanks.
So I wanted to talk to you about the subsidiary project, which is Building Bridges. And so what are some of the projects Building Bridges pursues, and how was it first implemented?
Sure. So as Anahit mentioned, environmental education is one of our key components that operates on the ground, in the ground, all over Armenia. But what we also found in 2010 that it was very important for us to establish something here in the United States so that Armenian students growing up here had a sense of identity and a real sense of what's happening in Armenia. So we launched, like I said, 2010, Building Bridges.
I know, it's actually amazing how you guys are connecting, the Armenian Americans here to their motherland. And I think that acting as a liaison with that and such an incredible effort is very important.
Yeah, so we do so by providing environmental education materials here in the U.S., and we travel to all schools throughout California, the East Coast, everywhere
Wow.
that there's Armenian schools. And we have different types of media. We have social media. We have 2 films that we just finished completing. We just completed one recently, and we just really want to provide hands-on environmental experience that's hands-on in the U.S.
Beautiful. And so, Anahit, I will ask you now a question. As one of the first employees of ATP in 1994, what are the projects that are being carried out in California specifically?
So in California, we are implementing Building Bridges program.
Right.
So I'm very happy to participate and work for this program because I'm a teacher. My background, I am a teacher. And we started in 2010. We started with 4 schools. Now we have 50 schools on our list.
That's really amazing. What an accomplishment.
And today, right now, we are coming from the red carpet event that was organized at AGBU Vacenta Marmanukian School. So it was an amazing event. It was a film screening of our second film, which tells how American Armenian kids visit Armenia and plant trees with Armenia Tree Project. Actually, each of them is building a little monument to their motherland with their own hands in Armenia, and it will make them come back again when they grow up and become parents. They will bring their children to check their monuments. So this is something, when kids put their hands into soil, this is a very deep connection to their motherland.
Absolutely. And it's kind of metaphorically speaking, as they grow, the trees are growing as well.
Yes,
It's beautiful,
exactly.
beautiful concept.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So if you would like any further information about Armenia Tree Project, please visit www.armeniatree.org. And of course, there you'll find more information about building bridges and all the other amazing projects they have going on. Please stay with us. We have more for you. Hello, I'm your host, Maria Cozette, and we are back talking about the Armenia Tree Project. My guests today, Anahit Gharibyan and Sarah Hayes. So, Sarah, I'd like to ask you, why is it important, from your perspective, rejuvenating trees and helping our environment and really preserving it?
Yeah, that's a tough question. But it's really quite simple, and it's not just something that's happening in Armenia as far as deforestation, habitat loss, water issues, air issues. It's all around us. It's our planet, and we really all need to do our part in making a difference and making a change. And whether or not that means getting involved with the tree project or with building bridges, it's something that we all should, like I said, do. I also feel that environmental education in Armenia and in the United States is key to change, key to positive change.
Yes, absolutely. It is a global issue, and really there's no room for argument. So I've often heard some people say, no, it's not, it's just a hoax, it's a real issue. And I really commend you guys once again on all the work you're doing. And again, for those of you who are not truly grasping the importance and significance of their work, this is not only about building trees, this is about creating jobs, bringing the community together, and really helping in the development of the country, much needed. And so how can people get involved with building bridges?
So there's a lot of different ways in which people can get involved. As most organizations, you can go to our website, armeniatreeproject.org. You can visit us on social media. You can also, contact us. You can have a fundraiser for, you can gather some friends and have a lemonade stand and give those donations to us.
Those are actually very important. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, there's I think just raising awareness too, telling your friends about us, just telling them what we're doing, what positive, good things that we're doing every day.
Absolutely, and even for those people that are currently involved in the betterment of our environment, through your resources, I mean, Armenia Tree Project is a nonprofit organization, so really any contributions would be helpful, absolutely. And of course, you can visit the website and find out more ways to contribute, donate, whatever you can. These organizations definitely need the support of our communities. So Anahit, I'd like to ask you now about community tree planting. So what is community tree planting? Where are the cities, that you've worked in and the sites? Let's talk a little bit about that because I'm sure it's important to our audience to hear.
Community tree planting is the first program and one of the most important programs of Armenia Tree Project. We started in 1994 and mainly we planted in Yerevan. In Yerevan we work in all communities. In the Vitashen community, in Malatya Sebastia community, in Central community, in all 11 communities of Yerevan. Then we moved further to all Armenia, and we plant in every region of Armenia and even in Artsakh. So if we take, we know that we have more than 900 towns and cities in Armenia. We planted in 350. Which is 33%
Very
of Armenia.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
And we started from the sites which were in desperate need of trees. There were hospitals, kindergartens, schools, community centers. Then we moved to the military bases, then to the city parks and city gardens. We cooperate with cities and communities, with their greenery departments, and we are very successful. And I must say that there is an understanding of survival rate in Armenia. We produce very quality trees and our survival rate is very high. It is almost 90%. Meanwhile, there is an understanding that the survival rate in Armenia is good when it is 60–70%. Our community tree planting program gives a result of 90% survival rate. It means 9 trees from 10 trees are alive and they live forever.
I love it. Beautiful. So what about some future projects with the organization? What are your aspirations or goals you may have for either the near future or in the coming years?
Our dream, which became reality this year, is the 4th tree nursery, which is located in Chiva village. It is the road to Noravang, road to Areni, and it will be our next educational center, because we have 2 education centers at our nurseries, one in Karin Nursery, one in Margahovit. That will be the 3rd education center. And this nursery will supply trees our 1,000 regions of Armenia. Of course, we would like to increase the percentage of the cities and towns. We want to work in all 900 cities and towns of Armenia, and we want to plant more trees in the communities and in the forests.
And I want people to understand that the dynamics of every country and their government from a political standpoint is not the same as America. So there are a lot of things that you have to consider and deal with when going into different countries to execute projects like this. And a lot of people don't understand how much incredible work it takes to accomplish this. I wanted to ask you guys, do you have any concluding remarks? If you can maybe, Sarah, touch upon the reason why you're visiting California, and we're happy to have you here. And off air, Sarah actually speaks very well Armenian, and her accent is super cute. I love it. So thank you for visiting California, and if you could just touch upon the reason why you're here.
Sure. Well, one of the reasons I am here is, like I said earlier, is we have different ways in which we are presenting our materials to the students. So we came up with a film that is a short film that we're really super excited about. It's really to inspire students to want to get involved with what we're doing. And by saying that, that means not just giving us a donation, but if they happen to be going to Armenia on their school class trip, get in touch with us and plant trees with us and meet your peers in Armenia. It's a mutually rewarding experience for everybody. And it's just, through watching this film, you'll have more of a sense of what it's like there on the ground, what it's like to really plant a tree with us, and how awesome it could really be. So I think that this type of outreach that we're doing is important, and it's educational, and it's fun.
Absolutely important. As a youth advocate myself, I think it's so nice how you guys are engaging our youth, getting them involved, and also your emphasis on media. Media is very important. As we know, it's the #1 way to get your word out there. So the fact that you guys took time to make, these movies is just awesome, if I could say, for lack of a better word. Any concluding remarks, Anahit, that you would like to say?
Yes, I would like to say, come to Armenia, visit our sites. Whenever you go, whatever historical site you visit, you will everywhere see Armenia Tree Project trees. If you go to Gharibyan, you will see our little park at the bottom of the mountain.
I saw that when I was there. Oh,
yes,
my goodness.
This is our park.
That was the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, if you go to Noravank and you stand on the top of the mountain, you look down, you will see our 15,000 trees there. We restored the forests in Noravank. Wherever you go, you will see Armenia Tree Project trees. But of course, we would like you to go and visit our office, and our colleagues will take you to anywhere you want to see our trees. Go there, plant trees with Armenia Tree Project, support us, and spread the word about Armenia Tree Project.
Beautiful. This was absolutely a pleasure for me. Thank you so much for being here. And for all of you watching, please understand the importance of organizations like this, the work that they do, and their tireless efforts. Please visit www.armeniatree.org. And of course, if you're on Facebook, it's Armenia Tree Project. For their subsidiary project, it is Armenia Tree Project, and in parentheses, Building Bridges. And of course, follow the hashtag #GetRooted, which I loved. And just support organizations like this. It's really important. I can't emphasize it enough. I'm your host, Maria Cozette. Thank you for watching.